Davidson, the Canadian, 33 years old, 3 years the elder of the Brazilian, and yes, indeed, he will have a huge reach advantage of 8 inches. With our official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota for UFC 87, presented by Harley-Davidson. And now, it's time to begin our first bout of the evening. 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a perfect professional record of 8 wins with no losses. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Demian Maia. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 21 wins with 9 losses. Standing 6 feet 3, he weighed in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Jason the Athlete Macdonald. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Yves Loving.
Yves Levine, our referee. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The beautiful Edith Ariani. The octagon here tonight. An historic evening inside Target Center. And we are underway. Southpaw stance for Demian Maia. Black trunks, white trunks for the athlete Jason Macdonald with that 8-inch reach advantage.
Jason Macdonald has got to keep this fight on the feet. Oh, look at this. He goes for the clinch. That's surprising.
And happy to pull guard is Demian Maia.
Demian Maia has a fantastic guard. Very dangerous off his back.
Jason Macdonald won his first 8 career fights, all by submission. None of those fights going past the second round. But Joe, like you said, Demian Maia is not at a higher level than just Jason Macdonald. He's at a higher level than most of the rest of the MMA world.
Yeah, he's at a higher level than most black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, you see how Demian Maia has got a hold of that overhook here. One of the big issues right now is that these guys aren't sweaty yet, so there's going to be a lot more friction. It's going to be a lot easier for Maia to grab a hold of things.
Now, we saw Joe Dirksen nearly rip the arm at about the shoulder
triangle
of Jason Macdonald in their matchup, but Macdonald able to survive.
You see how he's got control of that? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The leg is over the head right now. Jason Macdonald right now is in deep, deep trouble. Maia has the overhook on the other side that's keeping Jason Macdonald from defending with his right arm, and he's going to secure it. This is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my goodness. This is what you talk about when you talk about great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Macdonald's in
huge trouble. Trying not to tap.
He's hanging on.
Not quite out yet, though, Joe.
Demian Maia seems squeezing and pulling that head, but Macdonald is hanging tough.
Well, like I said, he nearly had his shoulder ripped off by Joe Dirksen and hung in. But this one, if you go to sleep, is going to be over.
But you know what? To his credit, he's gotten it out.
And Maia utilizing a lot of energy to try to finish it here.
Demian Maia's...
Jason Macdonald!
Jason Macdonald, get his back!
Wow, great job done by Macdonald!
Jason Macdonald is attacking fearlessly here.
He's way high. He's got to be careful here.
He's high, but he's got deep hooks.
Unbelievable.
He's got a rear naked choke, Mike.
If he could choke out Demian Maia, that would be a great story. Maia's free for now.
Well, he's letting Maia know. He's sending a message. Yep. I'm not here to just defend. I'm here to attack.
Half guard, top position, earned by the native of Nova Scotia.
Demian Maia works his way back to full guard. Now, Jason Macdonald's got to have some confidence now and having gotten out of that triangle.
Same time, I don't think he wants to get in another one. Macdonald, this is his 7th time fighting in the UFC. Maia, this is his 3rd. Vanderlei Silva, you mentioned earlier, talked about Maia's improving stand-up. But even Vanderlei Silva, one of the greatest fighters of all time, when he talks about Maia's ground, Joey just kind of shakes his head like, yeah, I mean, on another planet.
Yeah, I mean, he submits heavyweights regularly, really good heavyweights in training. And he competes at 185 pounds. Macdonald doing a good job staying on top.
Trying to pass.
He's moving the half guard here. He should posture up and get out of there. There you go. Get out of there. He's landing some shots.
Head body. Maia again looks to grab the legs. Macdonald
going for a guillotine. And Macdonald has an excellent guillotine, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get his back taken here. You see the way Maia is moving towards his back? If he can pop his head out, he is on Jason Macdonald's back. And he's using his legs to try to hold Macdonald in position. That's a deep guillotine right there. That's deep.
Jason Macdonald.
If Macdonald can get that other leg out, see his left leg is trapped underneath Maia. If he can get that left leg out and move to full guard, Maia's bleeding. There's blood all over the armpit of Jason Macdonald. It's coming from Maia.
And that may have very well been the reason he couldn't lock it in, but that was a serious pass a moment ago by Demian Maia. Gets out of trouble and right to a dominant position.
Now he's on Jason Macdonald's back.
What a chess match here. 45 seconds remains in round.
Oh, he's pulling his nose in his eye. He's got his hand in his eye.
Referee Yves Levine steps in quickly. Can Macdonald hold on again?
Keep grabbing a hold of that
And he's got the body triangle too, Joe. Maia looking to choke out Macdonald.
The body triangle is keeping him from turning into that choke, but as long as he can keep defending like that, and keep that arm from getting behind the head. See, the thing about those gloves, Mike, is it makes it very difficult to do a proper real naked choke where the back of the hand is against the back of the head. That's the securing arm, the back hand. Not the choking arm, but the securing arm. Now he's got it.
But there's only 5 seconds left in the round.
Okay, no, he doesn't.
Macdonald is going to survive again.
Macdonald's turning into him again.
What are we going to start here tonight at Target Center? How good was that?
Phenomenal first round.
All submissions and submission attempts and submission avoidances, everybody on their feet here tonight.
Are you the translator? Who's the translator? Tell them next time he's gonna put his finger in his face like that. I'm gonna tell him.
Não pode colocar o dedo no rosto do cara, tá, Demian? Não pode colocar o dedo.
Aí, Demian.
Viu? Tranquilidade, Demian. Ó, vamos acreditar naquele triângulo seu, viu? Vamos acreditar no triângulo. Tranquilidade,
I have my arm, I couldn't get out of it. I know.
Here is where Demian Maia got cut. The ground and pound of Jason, the athlete Macdonald, right there. Bang. And it's usually, Mike, the grazing punches. Those are the ones that usually wind up inflicting cuts.
Get out of the ring now. Leo, come on.
Demian Maia.
Go.
5 of his 8 wins by submission. Both of his victories in the UFC by submission, a rear naked choke and a triangle. Jason Macdonald set for round 2.
Fight.
Here we go.
Now, Jason Macdonald has already proven that he can stand up, or that rather he can survive on the ground. Maia caught him with a left.
Now, you had said at the beginning of the fight you'd like to see Jason Macdonald, put this in and make this a stand-up war. But again, first time he clinched, now he's in a position where this fight may go to the ground again.
Well, I think he has an advantage in the stand-up, but he's shown that he's fearless in the ground game. I mean, even though he got caught in that deep triangle, that did not discourage him, and he even attempted submissions of his own and gotten some excellent positions. And
we have seen fighters in the past, Joe, who want to quietly prove something to themselves and the world, and that is, instead of just defeating a man, defeating him at what he does best.
Absolutely, and you know what? It is what Jason Macdonald does excellent as well. I mean, he has phenomenal submissions, submitted Ed Herman, submitted Chris Lieben, and Demian Maia takes him down, but this time in the top position.
Yeah, and Maia did a good job. He kept the clinch on Macdonald. None of those knees really landed too much, but it helped him to get the takedown.
He's got to be careful here because now Maia is on top of him, which is much more dominant. Before, he almost got submitted, but he was on top of Maia. Now Maia can control him, and he moves to full mount.
Yeah, he passes so nicely. And Macdonald's got a good guard, but Maia in the full mount.
But Jason Macdonald has shown that he can stay calm as long as he doesn't turn and give his back up again. He's doing that, but he's holding on to Maia's right leg. See how he's doing that with his left leg? And what he's trying to do is trying to hip escape. He's trying to get some separation where he can get a knee up and possibly get out of this position. And Maia is trying to just hold on to his back. Maia's landing some punches here.
Maia doing a good job trying to tee off on Jason Macdonald. Macdonald is intelligently defending himself. That's a big elbow. That elbow caught him a moment ago.
Yeah, he's landing some shots, Mike, but Maia does not have the best ground and pound in the world.
Nope.
These are decent.
Good elbows.
He's got excellent control.
He's opened him up, Joe. Looks like he opened him up around the nose area. Maybe on the bridge of the nose. UFC 87, Seek and Destroy, presented by Harley-Davidson.
Now, one good thing, Mike, about when you're on the bottom and the guy's punching and grounding and pounding is when he's putting that effort into those strikes, oftentimes he leaves little openings that you could use and utilize to get out of this position. But Demian Maia's base is so solid.
Now, I mentioned before that, and we've talked about it with Demian Maia, that he has the smoothest MMA Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What exactly does that mean?
Well, what it means is a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, first of all, they're very good with the gi. So you have to be very good without the gi. The control that you have with just underhooks and overhooks is a very different kind of control. And Maia has that. He's an Abu Dhabi champion, which is no gi. So he is excellent at that as well. And then on top of that, he's excellent at using Jiu-Jitsu with punches and strikes to make openings. And that's the difference between just regular Jiu-Jitsu and MMA Jiu-Jitsu.
And we're seeing some of that displayed right here in round 2.
Yeah, many openings can be achieved with strikes.
Macdonald trying to do something from the bottom, but he is being overwhelmed here.
But these are arm punches here.
Yeah, they are. He's still defending himself.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job. As long as and Ibrahim is an excellent referee, he can see that Maia's landing, but that Jason Macdonald is intelligently defending himself, and he's constantly in motion. See how they're basically walking all over the ring, and that is because Jason Macdonald is trying to get his hips out from under Maia, and Maia is following him the whole way. He's not allowing him to hip escape. It's very exhausting for Macdonald, though, because he's carrying Maia's weight, and he's constantly moving and ducking things and constantly reacting to Maia's aggression.
And Maia's doing a good job of staying postured up, as we say, Joe. Now Macdonald will control the body. But he's bloodied him up on the bridge of his nose, as Demian Maia.
And Macdonald there was trying to reverse him, put a big effort into it, but he used it to get half guard. Jason Macdonald is really impressing me with his technique and his heart and determination and his willingness to fight Maia's game.
Well, he's lost 2 times in the UFC. One to former longtime middleweight champion Rich Franklin. The other to the man who still hasn't been beaten, Yushin Okami. So, I mean, you're looking at 2 guys that there's no shame in that. Everybody else he's done a tremendous job against, including the fight so far here tonight, even though the second round has been all Maia.
Maia moved back to the guard. Macdonald pops out, but he's got an arm.
30 seconds remains in the round.
And what Maia's trying to do is roll him over. Jason Macdonald's got to be very careful of his right arm here. The only good thing here is that it's really slippery. But what Maia's doing, he's out. Nice.
Jason Macdonald is a survivor tonight. Survives the submission attempts in round 1. Survives some pretty good ground and pound in round 2.
And he moves to half guard.
Very quickly.
And he's trying to pass now. Nice.
The chess match will continue in round 3.
And Mike, listen to everyone cheering in this audience. This is not a boring fight at all, and most of it is submissions. There's the knees by Demian Maia. Threw a bunch of knees, a couple of them landed, and here's a nice trip. Gets to his back, but to Jason Macdonald's credit, he was not submitted. He was able to weather the storm and get out of a dominant position and get on top of himself. Excellent fight.
Engage in his game plan.
Do not take him to the ground.
When you got half there like that, you got hip bump the other way. To start working the other leg. Don't roll that way, because then he just mounts like that.
Jay, do not take him to the fucking ground. Knock this guy out standing up. You understand? We gotta knock him out.
Make him pull guard so he can drop some elbows. You gotta do it, buddy. You gotta open him up. You gotta knock him. Put him on clear street.
Okay, Skip.
Okay, let's go.
Jay, look at me right now.
You hear his corner saying, do not take this fight to the ground.
You gotta knock him out.
Knock this guy out.
AD, Adrian Peterson, all day former Oklahoma Sooner. Now a stud for the Minnesota Vikings. Third and final round.
Jason Macdonald looking to stay on his feet here, looking to avoid the takedown, and he's got it. Maia's got it. But Jason Macdonald going for that guillotine. He's got that left arm in deep. He's out of that position, though. Now he's in side control. And Jason Macdonald going for the takedown, and he winds up on top.
Pulls his head out, though. Man, if this goes to the judges' scorecards, this is going to be a very close fight. Round 2, obviously, one would think would go to Maia, and it should. Round one.
Macdonald doing a good job of controlling that arm of Demian Maia on the right-hand side and moving towards that direction because he can't defend.
You know, this might bring us back up to the one of the many questions we have, Joe, about do you credit the submission attempt or the submission escape? And what carries more weight in the judge's mind?
It should always be the submission attempt.
Okay.
That should always carry more weight because that guy's trying to finish the fight. The other guy's just trying to survive.
Gotcha.
The only reason why he escapes is because the other guy's trying to kill him.
Macdonald, with that in mind, then could have very well lost round one as well.
Absolutely.
Based on that criteria.
Yeah, but Jason Macdonald is showing some tremendous heart.
Right.
And he could very likely pull this fight off, especially if he can get it back to his feet. Look at this, he's got Maia's back again. He's got to be careful though because he's inside control here. If he lets go of that, oh nice, he rolled over and he's on top. Hey, that was a precarious position there, Mike, because if you let go of that neck, he could have had, Maia could have had side control on him, which he does now. Now Maia
right to the mouth. And how smooth are the transitions of Demian Maia?
Beautiful sweep.
You know, they talk about the great athletes who make it look effortless, and that's what Maia does when he goes from position to position.
Maia looks exhausted here, though. This has been a grueling fight.
And he had a bit of a tough cut. I saw him working very diligently to get down, and he's still somewhat new to this game. And the one thing he has is these great skills on the ground, as good as anybody's. As he continues to get and earn respect and earn experience, he could be a serious contender for the middleweight title somewhere down the road.
And Jason Macdonald showing a lot of improvement himself. He's getting,
for sure.
He's getting eaten up here with some big punches, though. Little short, undefended punches, but he's okay.
Father of four, Tristan Keel, Jet and True.
Oh, he's got the arm under the chin here, Mike. He's got the back. Oh, he's tapping.
It's
That's
over.
it.
Demian Maia chokes out Jason Macdonald.
You okay?
That was a fun fight.
Excellent fight. Awesome chess match, and just an awesome display of technical jiu-jitsu and defense. Really great fight.
Vanderlei Silva, amongst others, congratulating the unbeaten Brazilian Demian Maia. Take a look at our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, Ultimate Refreshment, superior drinkability.
Man, here you see it right here. We can't see it from that position, but Demian Maia had his arm deep underneath it. There we go. Deep underneath the chin. Never got the hand behind the head, but just good leverage there and forced it with his legs and just squoze tight and forced Jason Macdonald to tap out. Valiant effort by Jason Macdonald, but the superior jiu-jitsu of Demian Maia won out in the end.
Demian Maia, now 3-0 in UFC competition. Where can he go from here? Only time will tell. Macdonald was truly a warrior.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 44 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Demian Maia.
A big victory for the Brazilian. And he is with Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Demian Maia. Demian, awesome performance. Were you surprised that Jason Macdonald came to you and initiated the ground game?
No, I know he's good. I know probably he was taking, tried to go to the ground, but I was prepared. I've been prepared all my life. It's very nice to fight here in Minnesota because there's a lot of wrestling here. The people understand grappling game. So thank you, Minnesota.
Very technical grappling match. You caught him in a triangle very early on. Were you surprised that he didn't tap from that?
Yeah, man, he's tough to tap, very hard neck to tap.
Well, very impressive performance. A great fight to watch. We really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again. Demian Maia, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for Alejara and Vanderlei Silva and Paulo to support me to this fight.
Demian Maia reigns supreme, wins by submission in the third. And final round. Well, don't forget, fans, you can let your voice be heard, and many of you have already by texting A, if you believe George St. Pierre will win tonight, and B, if you believe John Fitch will win tonight. The votes are coming in the thousands. 73% believe that St. Pierre will retain the title tonight. Vote online at UFC.com or by texting A for GSP, B for Fitch to 88222. Our text voting brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide. Tune in to Tap Out for Season 2 on now, and crazier than ever.